Hi everybody, this is the Mature Conservative 1945. Well, today is Super Tuesday for the Democrats, so they're all out hawking and trying to get votes and things, but I want to bring up a subject we've talked about a little bit lately, and that is socialism, because I don't think a lot of people know what it is or even understand it, especially some of our younger people, especially a lot of our college people. Anyway, I'm going to start off by just giving you the basic Merriam-Webster dictionary definition of socialism, which really should be enough to dissuade anyone from wanting to be a socialist. But according to Merriam-Webster, socialism is a noun, obviously, but the definition is basically any various economic and political theories advocating collective or governmental ownership and administration of the means of production and distribution of goods. It also means a system of society or group living in which there is no private property, and a system or condition of society in which the means of production are owned and controlled by the state. In this case, they would be if Bernie won, it would be Bernie Sanders, Ocasio-Cortez, Schumer, Pelosi, Schiff, that group. I just can't imagine anybody would want that to happen. But what I want to really talk about is the fact that most people don't know anything about socialism other than what they heard in college or high school. And I would tell people that the problem with that is that Bernie's appeal, I think, comes mostly from college and high school. We have a very failed educational system right now. It's so far left, it's unbelievable. But the teachers and professors are into this leftism, this love of socialism and communism and hatred of America and our system of capitalism. Well, I'm going to say a couple things about socialism. You need to know a little bit of history about socialism. But the other day I was listening to Mark Levin, and he was talking to a gentleman from Cuba, I believe it was, and he was telling Mark, in order to find out what socialism really is and to find out what this is all about, you need to talk to an American Cuban or a Cuban American who maybe got in a boat and paddled 90 miles north to get to the coast of Florida. You might want to talk to someone from Venezuela who brought their family here during the crisis that they have there now. You might want to ask them how it felt or how it feels to eat out of the back end of a trash truck or a trash can, or to eat a cat or a dog or mice or rats, or looking for scraps anywhere that you can find them. I think that would be a good way to find out whether or not you do or do not like socialism. I can't imagine you would, because in socialism you don't get freedoms and liberties and things of that nature. You get that taken away from you. You can forget the Constitution under socialism. You're not going to keep your guns. You're not going to be able to say anything you want to say in public. The amendments are all gone. And you're not going to like or enjoy having a beautiful home that you've worked your life for, and someone comes by with their little red cap that says hammer, sickle, social, whatever it is on there, and says, you got a 6-bedroom house with 3 bathrooms and a big old kitchen, and we figure you could probably get 25 or 30 people in here. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to move 25 or 30 people in here. We're also going to use your backyard because people can put tents and some shacks up back there and have a home. At least they'd have a bathroom. They come into your house and use your bathroom. Oh, you can stay, but you're going to just get 1 room out of your house if you get that. That, my friends, is a part of socialism. That's what's happening all over the world right now. And I still, like I say, I hate to be repetitive, but I can't understand why people would say, wow, that socialism thing looks so good. Because trust me, you're not going to get free education. You're not going to get free medical care. Somebody's going to pay for it. It's going to be you, and it's going to be me. Bernie wants to spend $60 trillion and take it all away from the billionaires. Do you know it happens to be a fact that you've took all the money away from all the billionaires in the United States? You probably come up with around $3 trillion. Bernie's program is going to cost $60 trillion or somewhere around that number. I don't know how the hell that's going to work, do you? You and me, that's how they want it to work. They're going to take our money. You're going to work where they want us to work. You're going to eat what they want you to eat. You're going to drive what they want you to drive. You're not going to have a gun, and you can't say anything about the government, because if you do, they'll line you up against a damn wall and they're going to shoot you. It's happened before. It'll happen again, I'm sure. Talk to someone from the 1950s, someone who lived in Hungary. Before that, Hungary was a beautiful place. It's a nice place again now. But during the years of socialism and communism, it was wretched. It was the garbage pile. People fought each other for lunch and dinner, or, cats and dogs. For example, like in Venezuela, you've heard me say this before. They've already eaten all the zoo animals, so now they're down to cats, dogs, mice, and rats, and trash cans. So I would imagine they're probably not too far from eating each other after they die, because they have no place else to go, folks. That's what socialism does. It pins you down like a wrestler on a mat with both shoulders against the mat, and there isn't a damn thing you can do about it. But let's take someone like Bernie Sanders. Okay, Bernie, I don't think, he's never had a job until he became a politician. That was his first job, I think. I don't believe he's ever passed a bill other than naming a couple of post offices. He certainly isn't a fan of American history, because he doesn't even know a damn thing about this country and how it works. He knows nothing about economics. Joe Biden has forgotten anything that he ever knew. And Elizabeth Warren, I don't want to bring anybody down, but she probably should be sweeping streets. That would be a good job for her. And then, of course, little short Michael Bloomberg, he wants to buy everything. But when he buys everything, he's going to tell you what you can do, too. Being an American, being a capitalist society, you have freedoms and rights and privileges that you're not going to have under socialism. In capitalism, you can get in your car and go to Kansas or New Mexico, California. Of course, I don't know why you want to go to California. You can go to New York. You can do anything you want to do. You can go to Canada. You can go to Mexico. In a socialist country, you better ask someone if you leave the country. You probably should ask them if you leave the city or if you leave the town. There are no freedoms in socialism. You are told to do everything, from getting up in the morning to what you're going to do to what you eat when you come home at night, and even in some instances, how many kids you can have. That, I don't believe, is what you want. But right now, our schools and our colleges are teaching of a viral hatred of this country. And most of you know well as I do, this country has a wonderful history. We have come really a long way. We've made some mistakes. Yeah, absolutely we have. Who hasn't? But capitalism has brought so much happiness and prosperity and just plain comfort to so many millions of people. Why we would want to turn around and just give that away is totally beyond me. I can't understand that. If someone out there can explain that to me, please give me an email. Let me know why you'd want to give up all of your liberties, all your morals, all your values. In some places where they have socialism, they tell you how many kids you can have. And sometimes they tell you what kind of kid you have. And now, true, in America, if you don't want the kid, you can have it killed. That's a disgusting part, but that's not capitalism. That's socialism. That is control of what you do and what you say. So my point to everybody would be this. If you don't want to spend your time in bread lines, you don't want to beg people for food, I suggest you look into socialism and find out what it's all about. Don't go to a liberal website. Don't go to any of it. Go to a place that you know you're going to get the truth. You're not going to get it at Harvard University anymore. There was a time when you could, but not anymore. Not until we get this thing squared away. But please, for your sake and for my sake and this country's sake, look into socialism. Don't just look at Bernie Sanders and the poor old gray hair, half-bald man. The man is a despot. He really is. Find out for yourself. Get your own information. Don't talk to some socialist, leftist, communist from Columbia University. Get your own facts together. Find out what it's all about, because you are not going to like socialism. So let me say in closing, study your American history, study your world history, and find out what really happened and what really is happening. This is a great country, and we certainly don't want to turn it over to the likes of Bernie Sanders or Joe Biden or Elizabeth, whatever her name is, and to little Mikey. He's the same guy that told you couldn't have a 16-ounce Coke. That, my friends, is socialist control. Trust me. So in closing, I'd like to say thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And if you get a chance, please tell your friends and relatives about this little blog. I'm enjoying doing it. I hope I'm giving you some information. If you have any comments, please email me. If you have any thoughts, please email me. If you don't like it, go ahead and email me. But as I say goodbye, I would like to say that God bless America, God bless our president and his family, and God bless all of our first responders. Those people are on watch 24/7 for us, and they're there to take care of us. So salute your flag, hold your loved ones close, and God bless, and I'll see you next time.